Hey, it's Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com, and it's the podcast, GPR the podcast. Not to be confused with GPR the flamethrower.
I still need one of those.
GPR the search for more money. No, that'd be GPR 2.
Actually, that's a GPR 1, isn't it?
Always.
Money's the driving force.
Well, especially when we're sitting in a studio full of equipment that we keep needing to replace.
Right.
It's like,
you quit breaking shit.
Well, there is that. No, but we just got squared away from this past weekend's live event at Starbase Indy. That was way too much fun.
Yeah. Well, it was fun up until I got thrown out of that Q&A session.
Well, if you wouldn't chant, remember the cant in front of Francis Chow's Q&A.
Then... We had it coming.
No, but it was way too much fun. Oh, boy. That was a weekend, though. I mean, we didn't make it Sunday. Right. Tried to make it, but physically unable to
stand
up after the Friday and Saturday.
Right.
But the food was good, the beer was good, the people was good. Mm-hmm. Joe Campbell was like the funniest person in there.
Yeah.
The guy from Dragon Con.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Joe and I like
evil.
Joes. I've got, okay. See, you gotta. It's like using like landmarks with me, bud. You got somebody's got a nickname or a street name. You need to throw something out there that clicks. It's like John Smith. That white guy over there with the hair and the. Oh yeah, okay.
And the feet,
right?
I don't know, the white guy with the hair, and you see a whole sea of bald people.
But that's never the case. It's always the one bald guy, and then okay, well, what color hair?
But no, that was
the guy with the porn stash. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. You got to throw landmarks.
That would earn the guy the nickname Porn Stash.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly. Or if you look like Farva from Super Troopers and you're Officer Farva, doesn't matter what. Ridgeway, I'm talking to you. Officer Farva.
I want a liter of cola.
And he wants a large Dave. That's what he wants.
He wants a large Dave.
Yeah.
I don't want a large Farva. I want a liter of cola. No, but so we had a great time when we were down there. Mm-hmm. Some of the highlights, we talked to a whole lot of people. Like throughout like Friday, we had people stopping in and doing, going live with us and just talking random stuff about what they had out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we done a lot of stuff Friday. Then unfortunately, we didn't record it because it wasn't the podcast, so it didn't get saved.
Right. But that's part of being live is the live radio side, and
right.
Because that was basically us interrupting the day.
Right.
Like all I wanted to do was listen to music.
Well, too bad.
But so yeah, I mean, we literally were talking to people from the word jump. So like 1 o'clock on Friday to when we left.
It was like 8 or 9, something like that.
We left 7. We left just a little bit early so we could get back here, and come to find out that because we had turned everything over to them and whatnot, so
couldn't let trained monkeys to. Oh no! Push the power button. The button says on. Well, I did. Well, what did we do when we got here? Turn the fan of power on.
Right?
God damn. Some people's kids, I swear.
But so like, who was some of the people? It was so much stuff. I know we took the bridge. Early Friday.
Yeah, you don't leave something like that parked or laying around waiting for me to take it. It's going to happen.
We did other shenanigans.
That was the word of the day, Friday, was
the
shenanigans. What else can we
Saturday.
get into?
Well, Saturday, because we were like, we need more stuff to get into.
Right.
Which is what prompted the whole Remember the Can't.
They got some nice cuffs in Marion County.
Yeah.
It concerns me that those might have been padded.
A little fuzzy
A little
cuffs.
fuzzy, yeah. I was a little concerned about that. It kept eyeing me kind of funny. I don't know.
Well, if you get like football tackled and drugged down to the.
Well, yeah, there is that.
It was almost like that footage of the deer.
Remember the oh God, why? Why? Remember the I'm now.
But we talked to
like Goldberg my ass.
we talked to an aerospace engineer.
Yes, we did. Aerospace engineer, astrophysicist too.
Yeah,
author.
Like straight up rocket scientist was on the show.
She was a very nice gal.
Way smarter than any of us.
Well, no, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, she's.
She's sitting there talking about I was coming up with this book idea, right? Like the 14th thing, and then I was in the middle of a wind tunnel.
The most
test.
unique. That was the most unique problem I've ever heard. She says, she was waiting to do a edit on a rewrite or something, and in the middle of a wind tunnel test. I'm like, okay, so you got that going on at the same time? So I was like, that has got to be the most unique problem I've ever heard.
As a writer,
I don't think anybody has ever had a problem like that.
I'm on my 14th rewrite in the middle of a wind tunnel test, and all this stuff going on. It's like, really? But she was fun.
Yeah, she's a real nice gal. I like her.
She sat next to us the whole thing. Demetrius came in and talked about.
Yeah, she didn't run away like the other gal did.
But Demetrius Witherspoon came in and talked about his Submerged series. Mm-hmm. And that guy, like I said, he's a marketing dude.
Powerhouse.
He read the Lucas book and kicked it up a notch.
The George Lucas book?
Mm-hmm. He
Baseball's the
merchandised.
flamethrower.
He merchandised. We joked about
merchandising.
We joked about that at the beginning of the podcast, but dude, he has shoes. He has jackets. He has trading cards. He has card games. And I'm talking about trading cards of extras who are running down the thing like that detailed. It's just you go to his online store, you can get mugs, you get Raz coffee mugs and etched glass decanters and cell phone cases, and it's just where do you come up with the time because he works a full-time job too.
Yeah.
And it's just and he takes all that money and wraps it into the next project that he's got his films into big market stuff overseas because China and Japan love his stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm just wanting to get my stuff out to out of Indiana.
Right. I'd like to get it out of the county.
I mean, we are
globally.
We are worldwide, but
right.
with the movie stuff, but I want it to be on on demand cable or whatever, his stuff is. I'm gonna have to sit down and take a class. It's all right, you need to show me because I'm horrible with everything.
You just need to follow him around for a week.
I did that. I was lost after 5 minutes. It's almost like he runs for president. Literally, he's just glad handing everybody, hey, check out this, and that whole old school salesman thing of put it in their hands.
Yeah.
Put the product in their hands and they'll end up buying it.
Yeah.
He's got it down. He is, he's a great guy, and he'll sit down and BS with you and talk to you, whatever. And I don't know. That was one of my fun times. I like that guy. Really, really do. We talked to a couple other conventions.
Yeah.
Is that cheating?
I don't know. I mean, because the one, here's Concoction. We talked to them.
Yeah.
Cleveland Concoction. And I dialed that guy in for him. But we talked to them, and was there an Anime Crossroads too that you talked to, or
I was
that NAFCCon, or
I talked to the NAFCCon, whatever, but that's a fiction, the World Fiction,
well, there's nothing
WorldCon. It's a
that's the one where they're trying to get it to come back to.
They're trying to get because Worldcon, when it's not in the United States, there's a small con that happens at the same time.
They're trying to get it to come. They're trying to get something in the States
to go into Cleveland.
Okay.
So it's another one in the Cleveland area.
Okay.
But it is a sci-fi literature convention.
Yeah.
Like In Conjunction.
Mm-hmm. So
talked to a few people from In Conjunction while we were there.
We did. Yeah, we did. Talked to Mean Joe Green.
Him and the Pooter Scooter.
Yeah. Then.
But yeah, the Miss Brigade stuff. I felt kind of weird because like they do the Miss Brigade stuff with the open source software, and it's the exact same thing, kinda, as the Axion or whatever those one people do at like the concoction where she was talking about the whole group of people are postponing their convention.
Oh yeah, so that they go to Concoction instead.
Yeah, and they're going to run a whole thing there at Concoction. But it's the same thing. It's just not open source like what Miss Brigade is running.
Yeah. But
they're the ones that have like the full backgrounds done up to where like it looks like you're on a bridge.
Right.
Where Miss Brigade doesn't have the funding because they're doing everything and pretty much for free.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see the difference in the two, though. I mean,
yeah,
because I like Joe and I like all that, and that game was hella fun.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to play it while we were down there.
No, we didn't. I think we were harassing somebody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Or
maybe that's when Vader walked by. That was the most impressive Darth Vader suit. I mean,
no, that was
impressive as all hell.
Yeah, and if you listen to the podcast, he was actually you could hear him
in the back. Yeah, and it wasn't quiet. It was like it was if you would expect if Darth Vader was a real person and was wearing that stuff, that was exactly how you would expect it to sound in real life. And he had I don't know if he had. Like hotkeys or something set up for the voice.
I think it was.
But it was James, and it didn't sound like it was coming from a speaker.
No.
It sounded like it was coming through the mouthpiece of the suit. It was impressive as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And he was about the right size, I mean, it wasn't, there was nothing about it.
Other than like the helmet seemed a little bit big. But I think
I think it was pretty much spot on with the helmet too. The thing that I didn't think to look at were the boots.
No, the boots matched everything else. I mean, like they were just straight up.
Because he even had the diamond-shaped quilting on for the shoulder piece, and that was impressive. I don't know who it was, but my freaking hat's off to him.
Well, I think each garrison only has one Vader.
Yeah.
So it would be the 501st Vader.
Okay, well then the 501st Vader
or the Bloodfin garrison, I think, is what is in India.
Whoever was at Starbase Indy, their Vader was fucking fantastic. That was exquisite,
phenomenal.
Yes.
The other guys though with the 501st are still
fantastic too. Yeah.
Like the trooper walking around with the Star Trek thing on his chest.
He's the one I ratted the droids out to. I was like, "Hey, them droids you're looking for, they're over there, buddy."
But,
I think that's how he got into the Star Trek convention wearing the Stormtrooper outfit, was to put the command insignia on the breastplate. They're like, he's legit. Let him in.
What killed me, like, when we first got here, was like, okay, what's the Star Trek thing? We'll do this. I said, let me run through the vendor hall while you get things squared away. So I walked around while you were smoking, I think.
Yeah, probably.
And
if I wasn't at the booth, chances are I was smoking.
I came back out and I was like, dude, like, it's wall-to-wall Star Wars in the vendor hall.
Did they get lost?
Because I was totally going to be like, like, oh no, C-3PO. I loved him in Star Wars. Just make fun of as many people as I can. But, then you had the lady. I can't remember who she was dressed up like.
Who?
The one that was giving out the little chocolate kisses and the Final Frontier, the whatever.
Oh, I don't know her name, but I know what she was dressed up as. If you watch Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, which is everybody's least favorite, they call it the Search for God. Well, it is the only one that William Shatner ever directed.
Right.
If you watch,
he's never been invited back.
Right. If you watch it, the point in time when Uhura's doing her dance in the sand on the planet as a distraction so that they can jump them guys. She was dressed up in a way like that, but still had the plant stuff around her.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I think she was doing.
So like the fan dance thing.
Yeah, the fan dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, for some reason, the only thing I could think of, because like she had the whole eye change thing, like the different eyes or contacts.
I think it was a cross between that and like 6 with the Kamaloid. Because Martia done the eye change thing too, but it was a different color.
But like with that, the only thing that popped in mind was LaForge, and that one when they got hit by the thing on the asteroid or planet, whatever, and then the people started going missing, and they started becoming another.
Oh, that other race thing.
Yeah. But that was they became invisible or chameleon style, whatever. And, but it was the eyes.
It was UV or something like that. Yeah.
It was the eyes that made me think of that. Yeah. But a lot of cosplaying going on. There's a whole lot of everybody that was there in Star Trek regalia was actual members of the Starfleet command or whatever that had their big meeting there. So like we need a bunch of yellow shirts now.
Yeah, that's what we needed and we couldn't find any. Red shirt, it was the original series. We'd found all kinds of red shirts. Yeah, the Next Generation got all sideways and turned them into yellow. Like, you really gonna have your security wear yellow down their back? Good plan. Good plan. Look at this guy. He wore the red shirt.
It's less intimidating.
Look at this guy here. He wore the red shirt. He had the right idea.
We also so we talked to God, there's so much stuff we did in that weekend, and like trying to break it down into like what okay, we'll just do it this. What was your best part of the weekend?
Oh God, don't do that to me. No, that's not fair. You can't do that because I don't know.
All good, all bad?
Yeah, it was all good. There wasn't any bad except for the fact that we couldn't find anybody to drag me out, But I still think that if we'd set that up ahead of time, then it'd have been a good photo.
Oh yeah.
Photo op, so
I think the photo ops we had were funny. Anyway. Yeah. I so wanted to get you a picture of you fighting a Gorn. We didn't see a single Gorn the entire weekend.
Thing. I'd never seen any Klingons. I never saw Klingons.
I saw 3.
I never saw a Klingon.
I saw 3. They were always running out from one room to another. And yeah, you did. She was a single female sitting in the back of the vendor hall next to the that band.
5-Year Mission?
Yeah.
Or that other one that I don't.
It was a 5-Year Mission. Was the one that was there.
Well, there was another one there too.
Was there?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, it was
something or other stuck.
I don't know, but there's a Klingon band there, and that's what.
Oh no, that was the Klingon Pop Warrior.
Yeah, that's who was sitting back there with him when we walked through.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Because it was the 5-Year Mission, and then the Klingon Pop or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, I seen like 1 or 2, but they were going from lab room or seminar room to seminar room.
Okay. About like our neighbor was.
Yeah. Like every time you turn around, she was in charge of another panel.
Yeah, off to another panel. Like, all right. I'm going to sit here and talk on the radio. I don't have to get up and run around.
Well, we did.
Yeah, we did.
A lot.
Yeah, we did.
I'm still in pain.
Suck it up. Suck it up, Buttercup. This was your idea.
The funny part about it is, though, like Sunday, I just couldn't feel anything. Like I couldn't walk. And I started, whatever. Now the numbness is all gone again. I'm back to normal, but the pain, I can feel the pain. It's like I'd almost rather it not feel it. Like at least then it was numb.
Shit, you keep up like this, you ain't gonna be able to handle the convention circuit next year. I ain't going alone.
Don't jinx me.
I'm just gonna tell you, I ain't going alone.
Yeah, don't jinx me. I'll do the hover round. I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as we're doing live shows and whatever, we'll deck that thing out and like make it a live studio recording.
Well,
like
if you
I'll
wind up with a hover round, I'm gonna get a trailer for that son of a bitch, and you're gonna go. You're going where? Okay, here. I want you to get me this.
But no, we'll just deck it out on like live recording, just everything, just right there, like a stand for the laptop and the whole 9 yards. Just I'm like, what is that? It is the mobile radio station. Some people have a big van. We have a hover round.
Wow. We couldn't afford the van.
Well, some of those hover rounds are more expensive than the vans around here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a great show. We haven't had...
I enjoyed it.
I mean, we haven't had a real bad show. I mean, Gen Con we didn't...
Gen Con...
was Gen Con. Gen Con, there's a difference between the big show.
There's a difference between a big show and a little show. I have not had a bad small show yet. I mean, I'm looking forward to going to Concoction.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland Concoction. I'm looking forward to that.
So we keep getting invited to Dragon Con.
Yeah, and I've been talking to our partner, and he keeps telling me that he doesn't have the money for it, so I'm gonna have to convince him. We're going to Dragon Con.
Hoosier Con, I'm still waiting on like them to get back.
Yeah, and say we got some confirmations coming from some stuff too, don't we?
Yeah. Joe actually said, "Oh, I know the guys who put that on. I'll get on them and make sure that you guys are there."
It's nice to know people.
Well, so what I was saying was like we walking into cons now, and like every time we turn around, it was like, "Hey, what you?" And it's unfortunately, not as many of the guests. I mean, some of the guests do say, "Hey," but it's most of the people putting the shows on. They're like, "Hey, I know you." Like, "Hey, what's going on?" So, but as long as they know our names.
Yeah.
And I think it's been confirmed that we may be the official radio station for In Conjunction next year.
Is that
because that's what he mentioned, but he didn't sit down and say anything.
Yeah, I think he said there was a vote still or something.
Okay, we're going to be there nonetheless because
he was talking about how he'd just gone through some throat surgery or something.
So. Like we're going to be there nonetheless next year.
Yeah, we'll be there regardless.
So. You can look for us there. I'm hoping to do, now that we know a little bit about the setup and working with the guys to get an area that we can actually do some video stuff like interviews or whatever to, because I think that would be cool to have a nice little nook with a couple chairs.
Right.
We'll take the black background with us and.
Yeah. Well, we did learn, too. So I guess, this going back to your what was my least favorite part or what have you. I guess, we should be more specific in the future or now that we know what to expect or to look at things.
Right.
So that, we've either got our own room or things don't run over so horribly to the point where we're pushing time and it's like, we can't wait anymore. We're going. Sure, you can hear this guy in the background, but we don't have a choice. We got to go.
And I think that was one of the ladies who was at sat down and was like, and I offered her if she wanted to talk. She's like, no, I don't want to talk on the radio, and then got up and ran away. Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to scare you off.
Right.
If you wanted to sit and listen to us talk, that's fine too. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
But you had to, especially because of the way things were at, we had to like basically turn our backs.
Yeah, we had to. Well,
and
we had to
like all of the mics in the other direction.
Point the mics at the wall away from the direction they were talking from. Pointed like at at whoever our guest was or what have you. And then we turned our headphones around because those things spin.
Mm-hmm.
The mics do, and so that the mic boom was pointing to the wall as well instead of upstream at where the sounds were coming from.
So we were like, when we were looking at them, like we were actually blocking with our heads.
Yeah.
Just to
try to deaden
knock
it that
down.
much more, yeah.
Right.
And it did make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
of course we had the headsets on. Like anybody else listening, sitting around or whatever, like
Yeah.
But, and honestly, not knowing, or not having the room. Because, like, if you look like every single room they had was booked full.
Like I say, I'm not complaining because, this was a convention that almost didn't happen anyway because it was dead once. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you asked what my least favorite part was. It's the fact that I had to wait on somebody to finish, with their thing before. Well, I guess we didn't wait to finish, did we? Because if we waited,
then we would have lost Demetrius because he had to get ready to go to his own.
Yeah, and that guy, he ran over about a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
So he run over half of our time.
Right.
So I don't know.
But it all
turned out. It all turned out for the best.
A live makeup demonstration tending to go along.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it? That I didn't see why it was in the common room and not in a room. Because unless again, like the reason we didn't get a room was because all of the rooms were booked. Like,
right. No, and that makes complete sense,
But so yeah,
I figured it wasn't going to be. I figured he wasn't going to get just an hour. When about half an hour into this thing, that dude's not blue yet, and he's supposed to be an Andorian.
So he didn't even have prosthetics in on
like,
a half hour in.
Half hour in, and
they're still prepping the skin and talking.
That paint on his face yet? Yep, we're going over. I'm not a professional. I'm just saying.
But yeah, so we talked to in concoction.
Concoction.
And
Cleveland Concoction, yes.
They were
Giggles, that's her name. That's who we talked to.
Giggles.
I forget her actual name. She said, "Just call me Giggles." I'm like, okay.
Laura.
Yeah.
But I think either that or
in a few months we'll see if her nickname stands up. I bet I get her rolling after.
Right.
Yeah.
But we were talking to them, and we may have a couple live shows booked with them.
Yeah, you said we had two. We had one on Friday and one on Saturday.
Yeah,
right?
because she said something about doing a family-friendly, smaller show on Friday, and then doing
the Saturday show on Saturday.
Yeah, doing something more adult-oriented and whatnot for.
So what you're saying is, I only need to worry about Saturday.
But so Saturday would be I guess would be when the drinks break out, and then we just let our hair down.
Right.
I don't have any, but I don't know. We still got to talk. That's not till March.
This is the monster you created.
That's not till March, so we can figure out what they're interested in.
Yeah, let's see what they're talking about first before. Whew. Yeah, all right.
But we are going to go ahead and step away. That is our wrap up coverage of Starbase Indy 2018. I had a great time.
I did too. I really did.
We'll love to go back there.
That was my first Star Trek convention, and so obviously my first Starbase Indy.
I know you were worried about it being like how the fanboys.
And and I hate to say it because a little bit then after we got there, I was like, I kind of wish it was a little bit like fanboys. I don't know. I'm like a glutton for punishment. And I just can't be fucking satisfied. It's like it's got to be one where no, it can't be. Okay, well, you know what? I don't know. I had a good time. That's what's important.
Yeah, I think a lot of people looking at some of the responses that people had, a lot of people had a good time. So that's all that's important. We met some cool people. The soap lady was or not soap. The candle lady was pretty cool. Tara.
Yeah.
From Epic Adventures Candles.
Yeah.
I actually picked up some for the Rains of Castamere for the house. I went and bought a smell. I was like, oh, I like this one. And it was like the Rains of Castamere. I was like, oh, no,
yes,
apparently.
I have the incest candle.
Well, no, that was the red wedding candle.
The incest candle?
Well, the one.
I don't know. It's great. Game of Thrones, everything Game of Thrones is incest. I don't, you know, that show started off, ew, incest. And by the end of last season, they're like, yay, incest. No, thanks.
I was like, I figured, it was the song
Shit,
from.
What time is it? What time is it right now?
I don't know why.
Well, what time's on your computer?
10 till 9.
In 10 minutes, I'm going to be missing Vikings. It comes back tonight.
Does it?
This is Wood's Day.
It's Woden's Day?
Yeah, Woden's Day.
On that note, we're going to step away.
I got to watch Vikings.
We were going to step away, but stay tuned. We do have some other stuff coming up. We do have the Patreon up and running, and every month we're doing one of these. Not a convention wrap-up, but we're doing a public podcast for everybody. But if you want more of the GPR stuff and to talk, find out what's going on in the station, what we're doing, anything funny that we saw in nerddom or about nerddom,
or I can make fun of people
or whatever,
that'll happen. Join
us on the Patreon. Every week there's a show for our patrons. It's patreon.com/GP Network. Go there, throw us a couple dollars, see the live videos from the shows, get your free access to the extra GPR stuff.
Find out why I'm going to be why I'm always a horrible person.
Yes. And get access to the merchandise discounts and all the other stuff that we got. And we keep adding. Yeah.
We have merchandise.
Yeah.
What do we got?
T-shirts.
Why don't I have any of them?
You have a T-shirt.
Wait, I got a T-shirt. You make me wear when we go to these damn conventions. Why don't I have a mug? We have a mug?
Because I haven't bought one yet.
God damn it.
But we do have.
Perks of working here again.
You sit around and be a horrible person.
I'll get back to you on whether that's worth it or not. I can sit around at the house and be a horrible person. Shit.
But go check out the Patreon. Help us out. Help us keep this nice, cool new studio, and enjoy this stuff that we put out, because we enjoy putting it out for you. I knew you were going to laugh on that one. I have fun. It's the people.
I love putting out. Oh, God. You better end this before I go even worse.
Hey, phrasing!
But, all right, so we will see you next time. The next one is going to be a patron-only show. So, like I said, jump over there.
Only putting out for patrons now.
Yeah.
So you're only putting out for people that give you money. Huh.
That's the American way.
It's a Nevada dream right there. It's a Nevada dream.
Anyway, we will see you guys later. This is Topher.
Little Sonny.
We'll see you. Bye.